Hey guys, welcome to Tone Bros. My name's Casey.
And I'm Colin. We're going to get started with our current topic of the day,
Yep.
which has to do with Fender's limited run, road worn, Vintera, what other labels?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
That's
cool.
good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they put a Telly and a Strat out.
Yep.
Then they also put a Jazzmaster out and a P bass, I believe is what the bass was.
Okay.
So they put these out. They're all nitro finished.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a million miles from a lot of the other Vintera stuff they've put out in the past.
Right.
But this one is nitro. They're coming in at $16.99, I believe, for the Tellys.
Yeah.
And I think $15.99 or somewhere right around $1,600 for the Telly and the Strat.
Sure.
They're within $100 of each other anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked into these things, and I actually went to a shop the other day, and they had one, and I picked up the Strat and the Telly both.
Okay. And your thoughts?
My thoughts is it was an okay guitar, as in like Vinteras are, and everybody.
Okay. First of all, you cannot treat every Vintera the same.
You're right, but hold on, because I'm going to get to my real point of what I really want to talk about.
Okay.
Everybody's been talking about this nitro finish on it, and it feels sticky is what everybody's saying. Like, oh, it's sticky. I remember watching Anderton's video when it first came out, and Danish Pete's like rubbing on the neck. I mean, he's giving it a good old rub down, if you know what I mean. And
your boy took it too far. He took it way too far.
I was like, come on. These nitro necks are not that sticky. Everybody talks about Gibson, like the new Gibson necks. They're, it's sticky nitro, but after you play it for like a month, it's better. Dude, I went and played this guitar. This is not like Gibson sticky nitro. It's like, it's a blemish nitro. Like, it was so sticky. Like, it was awful. I couldn't believe how bad it felt on the neck. Like, the guitar's body and stuff didn't feel that sticky.
Mm-hmm.
But I played it and I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
would you rather have like a satin neck?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There was just something about it. And I know it's supposed to be like lightly relic is what it is. Like, almost like Relic Ready-esque. It's supposed to be like checked, but not like the Relic.
Right. Kind of like the Ultra Lux or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like the Road Warns where all the Relic was the exact same too from everyone.
Right.
And I love that about it. I love that idea. I like the sets of pickups they had in there. I thought the guitar looked really good. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, I picked it up, and the first one I picked up was the Telly, and I was like, oof, this neck is bad. Like, the neck felt okay, but the finish on the neck.
How were the frets?
The frets were okay.
Because in the past, that's where I've struggled with the Vintera.
I agree.
Because, like, they stick out like railroad tracks sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't think they were as bad as what the older Vinteras I've played in the past were.
Okay.
The frets probably could have used a little dressing on the side to clean them up a little bit, but I thought the fretboard was rolled a little bit more than what the old Vinteras were.
That's good.
So I do think that maybe they were paying a little closer attention to the frets.
Yeah.
Put the Telly down, went around the store a little bit more, and saw the Strat version of the same thing. I was like, maybe it was a weird one-off. It was one bad guitar.
Sure.
Picked up the Strat.
Same deal.
Same problem.
Yeah. That's a small problem, though. In the grand scheme of things, you can sand that down.
It is only
or sand that off.
It is only a small problem for people that really want that guitar and are willing to put in the work. The big problem is for the person that doesn't know what guitar they want and they're trying out guitars, and if Fender's trying to sell this guitar, somebody's going to pick that up and be like, oh, I don't like the way that feels.
Do you think at that price point, do you think there's going to be a lot of people that thinks that way?
Yeah.
Because $1,600 nowadays does not buy you a whole lot.
No.
Like, my American Original, I think, was retailed at like $1,800, 10 years ago? I mean, that was a while back.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe not even quite 10 years ago, but yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I think it's a high price point, but you're getting nitro and you're getting this stuff. It's at the top end of what I would be willing to pay for like a Vintera Mexican-made nitro guitar. But it was in the realms of like, okay, maybe this is like a really good backup, and maybe you could find one used for... That's another thing too, I guess, is it is a limited run, but Fender never said what the number of the limited run is.
Right, because they can pump out as many as they need to as long as they're selling them.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they don't sell, see you later.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah. Which actually is pretty smart from a business standpoint.
That's just a normal run then, because that's what they do with everything.
No, because even if it's like in their realm of what they sell, they have to offer it.
I guess.
They have to offer it.
I guess.
I guess. I mean, maybe they're out of stock for a while, and they just discontinue it.
I got a thing the other day. I got a little text or email or something. I don't remember. Because you know how it is. You sign up for something or buy something from somebody and you start getting text from them.
Yeah, 40% off here, yeah.
Yeah. So I got one from Fender the other day and it said low inventory on either the Strat or Tele. Because I was looking on their site at it or whatever, and it sent me, oh, we've got low inventory of one of these. So I wonder if they're kind of closing the doors on that now as we record this anyway. But whenever I felt the frets, like you, I was wondering about the frets because I thought, oh man, those tangs on those fret ends a lot of times need filed down. They need cleaned up.
They do, typically. But I will say, the Vintera, for the price point, I feel like is a great bang for your buck usually.
I think so too.
You know what I mean?
And I love the idea that it's nitro.
Right.
But I do not like the feel of that neck.
You know what I miss? Fender used to make, it was I want to say Closet Classic, but that's not right. It was a classic, and it was nitro, and it was a pretty cheap Mexican-made guitar.
They made a Baja Tele. Remember that? In nitro at one time.
I don't remember the Baja, but it was around that time.
Yeah.
It was like a cheaper Fender. I think like when it first came out, it was like $700-800. Now it would be like $1,400 probably.
Yeah.
But like, those were some decent guitars for not much money.
Yep.
And it was nitro and nothing was relic on it. It was
Right.
like, similar to, I guess, the American Originals at the time, but a cheaper price point.
I think it's a cool idea. I like what they've done, but I don't like the execution.
That's fair.
I think that's what it comes down to. Is the nitro on there? The execution of that was just poorly done.
I think it's a good working man's guitar.
I do too, if you can Scotch-Brite the back of that neck or sand that thing down or do something to it to fix that nitro. And maybe if you play it, maybe if you do what Danish Pete does and just give it the old rub down,
Hey,
maybe that'll fix it. But let me tell you
a
something.
rub down fixes a lot of things.
Rub it.
But I just could not get over how sticky it felt. And, like I said, I thought that everybody was overreacting.
Maybe it was a batch.
Maybe it was a batch.
A wrong batch.
I thought people were overreacting, but after I played it, I did not feel so.
I mean, maybe you thought like, batch please.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to what's on your mind.
All right, I'm kind of nervous to bring this up. I'm not gonna lie. Are you kind of nervous to bring this up?
I
don't know about nervous is the right word, because everyone's getting canceled these days.
Well, not
kind of. Everybody. Ask
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, that's true, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
But anyways, so I don't know. We're going in. Our main topic has to do with full tone pedals, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is kind of like a lead into that, because Fulltone started saying some politics and kind of rubbed people the wrong way.
Yeah, he made a couple social media posts.
Yeah.
That rubbed people the wrong way.
And I want to say right now, we're not going to say one thing or another. What we're trying to say is pedals and politics should not mix.
And I don't know if I completely agree.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like they should not mix at all.
I don't agree completely with that. So go ahead and give your little
Now,
side.
my only thing about this is obviously manufacturers are going to be upset about increased prices. So when you have stuff like tariffs or something like that, or that might increase prices, I get that.
That's not politics, that's facts.
Right. Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. The price of this part went up.
Went up. Yep. We try not to mix politics with anything that we do.
No, because I honestly, we're just here for the music, the enjoyment and love of music, playing guitar, and bringing that to people's life.
And I think
right?
we can agree. We usually see differently anyways.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
And I love to be able to talk to somebody that sees things differently, just like this conversation. You don't think they should be there, and I kind of think maybe they should.
I don't think pedal manufacturers or any guitar manufacturers should really be in politics. I mean, there are some companies, and I'm not trying to name drop, but we'll just say it out loud. Like Analog Man,
Mm-hmm.
he does a lot of political posts on his thing, and
yeah, boy, his wait list is really hurting, isn't it?
I'm not saying one way or another. Everybody can think whatever they think. I want there to be an open dialogue.
Yeah.
Here. But I'm just thinking maybe we should keep that to ourselves.
Yeah, I don't.
And I'm
think
not
so.
saying just for Analog Man, Fulltone too. Can we just worry about what we're doing here?
I think there's two ways of going about it. Okay. I think there is the company that is completely non-biased, doesn't ever bring any politics up, doesn't ever bring any Anything other than just pedals. I think of Josh Scott when I think of this.
Okay.
I think of JHS because he's pretty like non-sided with anything.
We've never heard him state his side of things.
I've never heard anything about that, and that's great. And he's all about the history of guitar pedals, and he's all about bringing new guitar.
I feel the same way about Mythos.
Yeah.
I've never heard him talk politics.
We could honestly name tons and tons of manufacturers.
Yeah, Keeley. Yeah.
And obviously giant manufacturers. A lot of those don't touch it too.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple that do, but a lot of these giants like Fender and Gibson, they're never going to touch any of that stuff because they're afraid it's going to hurt their corporate line. They've got shareholders because if they're a public entity and they've got to like answer to those shareholders.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So that's a whole thing that a lot of times they shy away from that. I think the other side of it is though, it's the small guy. It's the small guy that has built an audience and built a following, no matter if it's political or not. The small guy that's built the audience and the following that will follow him to the ends of the earth. There's like every time JHS is very popular for this, not the political side of it, but their JHS is really popular about having such a strong following that it kind of doesn't matter. Okay, this sounds awful, but he could release a pedal that sounds like complete trash. And I think that most of his like hardcore followers are going to buy it.
Right.
I think just because it says JHS on the front and Josh Scott, because he has...
Especially when they say limited run.
Yeah. But he's given so much to the guitar community in the past, and they've gotten so much from his videos, either in just enjoyment or knowledge, or both. And then they've got pedals they've used for years that's his. Almost no matter what he puts out, there's this huge group of JHS followers that's just going to buy it.
Where are you going at with politics, though?
My point is, I think that you can have somebody that is in deep with politics. There's multiple people that's into it pretty deep, and if they've got a strong enough following with the side that they're on, it might actually boost them to be a little more controversial. I know it sounds bad to like use it as a sales point, but there might be people that would not normally look at buying their pedals that hears their side of things that they're like, wait a minute, I want to support that person because they believe the same thing I do. I think there's a small, like, you know, maybe not giant corporations, but a small builder. I think that could help them.
I don't know about help.
It could be a way of using it.
I was about to say, it would be more of a tool for them to get exposed to a manufacturer.
And I'm not saying you're abusing it or using it intentionally for that, but maybe it just happens to fall that way. Right. I think that could definitely happen because I've got companies that I've had such strong faith in because I've used their equipment for so long that if I go to buy something, I don't even question what company I'm going to buy from. I know I'm just going to buy from so-and-so.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like bands. A lot of people are like, bands should never be in politics. And I remember when rock bands were never in politics. Well, let me tell you something. Think of CCR and John Fogerty.
No,
and think of
I get it.
Tom Petty.
I feel like bands are different. Maybe I'm crazy.
I kind of felt that way for a while. I was like, bands shouldn't be in politics. I was like, manufacturers shouldn't be in politics. And the more I've thought about it, and just recently, and probably the last, I don't know, few years, last 5 years or so, give or take, I've like kind of come around to it of like, it's not only just an angle for sales, but it's an angle to find people that you can relate to in a community that like falls together.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should be segregated in different communities, but I'm saying that maybe you can find more like-minded people to help like make your product what you really have envisioned it to be for a long time.
Now,
and then the other side is like you said, maybe you just want to stay out of it completely.
I mean, it's up to the person doing it, I guess, but then you have like, I've always thought that music speaks louder when you speak from the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like someone like Jesse Wells, I think it is.
Yeah.
Like the singer-songwriter.
Yep.
Like he just kind of speaks whatever's on his mind.
Yep.
And take it or leave it, and I respect him for that.
Right.
Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, I guess, modern day Neil Young.
I love that in artists. So why wouldn't I love that? In my opinion, these pedal manufacturers, the ones that are truly designing, I'm not talking Hotone that's not Hotone, but like Warm Audio that's just copying. Yeah, Mooer, and that's just copying circuits. Those guys should never touch it. I'm talking about the guys that are designing unique circuits. We said Analog Man earlier. Let's go ahead and say him again. Analog Man that's designing unique circuits. I kind of lost my train of thought.
You think they have a right?
I'm sorry, I got you. So Analog Man is designing unique circuits. Whenever I look at that and the pedals he's making and all the tones he's come up with, I look at him as an artist. Analog Man is not a designer of electronics. Analog Man, the products he puts out, it's an art form. It's beautiful what he puts out. Zach from Mythos, he doesn't touch any of the politics stuff, and that's awesome for him. But not that I've heard anyway. But whenever he puts a product out, he's so worried about the design and how it looks and everything. When he puts a pedal out, it's a piece of art that is coming out.
Right.
And I see them as artists just as much as I see a singer-songwriter as an artist.
I guess I see it differently because they're selling a consumable product that you can manipulate versus something that kind of speaks to your heart through sound waves. Does that make sense?
I'm with you, but originally, the reason for the sound waves and all the music that was coming out is they were trying to sell you a product called a vinyl record or a ticket to go see their concert.
Hey, I'm just telling you how I feel. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Right. I see both ways.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I do kind of see it
So
both ways.
Casey's going to start talking politics now. Watch out.
I'm not. I'm not, because I don't feel that I'm an artist.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't feel that I'm an artist. I don't feel like I have a place there, and I don't feel like I have a voice to be doing that. So I'm definitely not going to do that.
Yeah.
Not to mention that, yes, I've got some interest in it, but my reason for this whole channel and everything that we've talked about building this channel into Tone Bros, it's been all about like empowering people to find guitar tone that's inspiring and making music.
And that's feasible to a normal working musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I want to build, that's the community I want to build, so that's what I'm going to feed into,
Right.
So I want to help that happen.
Right.
So let's go ahead and move into our main topic, I guess. We made it through it.
We made it through it.
There we go.
All right. If you're still here, our main topic has to do with Fulltone OCD. The Fulltone OCD.
It does. So years ago, old Gear Man dude, man, talk about a pioneer of YouTube guitar demo videos and things like that.
He's the originator, man.
So he put out videos, and there was a few of them where he was putting multiple different versions of OCDs next to each other.
Yep.
And we have two different versions of OCDs.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't sound, I guess we can say it. I don't think they sound that similar.
No. To me, they're not even the same pedal.
It feels like a different pedal to me.
Yep.
And then it kind of leads us to a bigger question of like, why did... we know we just talked about the politics thing with Fulltone a little bit.
Yeah.
But well before that, felt like the OCD kind of fell out of favor for a lot of people. It wasn't cool anymore.
Well, I think a lot of it had to do with big box stores like Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Selling their pedals.
Yeah.
And it was no longer like a boutique brand at that point. Like, that's kind of what people thought. That's what people thought. Because Guitar Center sells MXR, Boss, right?
Yeah.
They're selling a lot more now because stuff like Sweetwater's kind of influenced them. But, I would say that when they started selling stuff at Guitar Center, that's when people started thinking it's not boutique anymore. And I think people just cast it aside because it wasn't the new thing, honestly.
Okay. Well, let's get them out here. Let's set them down, put them side by side, and we could talk about them a little bit too.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're back here with you. So we've got both the OCDs pulled out here. So I got mine originally whenever I was working in a music store. A guy walked in and said, "Hey, dude, you got to check this new pedal out I just bought. It's amazing." We plugged it into a small little practice amp where they're like in a lesson room. And he's like, "Feel the touch dynamics." And he started playing on it and like lightened his volume up and lightened his touch up, and it cleaned up real good. Sounded amazing. Even in that crappy practice amp. He handed the guitar to me. I felt the same thing. I was amazed. It was like 2007-ish, I guess is what it is. I don't remember exactly what revision it is. I'll have it up above here.
I think this is the version 3.
Okay.
Back when,
I think 1.3.
Well, whenever Gearman Dude did his shootout, this was 3.
Okay, and this
it might be 1.3.
And they talk about special ones being like very sought after, and this is the sought after one. Accidentally, it's not like I went out and
That's the Rico Suave one.
Yeah, it's the Rico signed one. So, and supposedly it sounds way better and way different. I guess we'll find out. Tell me the story about yours. When did you buy it? Where? Because I had to order mine straight from Fulltone's site, and that's back in the internet days where it was a little shady buying stuff online sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's where I bought mine. Ordered it straight from him. Because I didn't know any store around that was carrying them.
Right.
But tell me the story on yours.
So I had a board that was terrible at the time. I had a pedal that shall not be named that gave me hardly no drive at all, and I had a fuzz pedal, and I had nothing in between.
Yeah.
It's because I didn't know anything about pedals at the time. So, anyways, I was like, I need something because I knew you had this. I like the sound of it. I was like, give me something that's close to that. I bought this.
It's not close.
It's not close.
Well,
at all.
We're about to find out.
It's not.
You weren't as happy with it.
I was not.
So where did you buy it?
I'm pretty sure Guitar Center.
Yeah, that's when Guitar Center was carrying them.
They just started carrying them.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I know this is, and I didn't have to deal with going through Fulltone's site or whatever. So I was like, I'm just gonna go to Guitar Center and buy one of these pedals.
Yeah.
Because I know it'll be close, but it's not.
Yeah.
The big thing, I think this is a 1.4. If that's a 1.3, this is probably a 1.4.
Yeah. It'll be up above also. I don't remember. We'll have gut shots of the inside of them and everything. So.
The big thing is mine has arrows around the knobs and has a red light. Yours is a blue light with no arrows.
Clearly the blue pill is a better pill to take.
In this case, I think you're probably right. So this is your pedal, this is my pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys listen to yourself, like listen to the audio yourself, but I don't even think they're kind of close.
So let's start it out. We'll start tone at noon. Let's start drive at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And maybe volume at like 11. We'll see.
It's probably gonna be too loud for the audio.
We'll find out. We've got, this is an R8 Les Paul. If I'm all tangled up here, R8 Les Paul, all stock setup. We've got that going into this true bypass switcher, where it's going to switch between A and B, the two pedals. That way they're not affecting each other. And that's going straight to a 65 reissue deluxe, the ET65 speaker in it, mic'd up with an SM57. And then going straight out to you guys. No weird editing or audio changes. So let's hear this thing bypassed first.
Yep.
Well, they're not the same.
Well, that was in low powered mode.
It was.
So, kind of everything that I've read, it's supposed to be more like tweetish.
Okay.
In the low powered mode, the high peak mode is supposed to be more martially, and I think they say that, and it's specifically talking about where the mids are.
And they're talking, and we've got this, you can plug it in either 9 or 18 volts.
Yeah.
We've got them plugged in both at 9 volts right now.
Right.
18 volts will give you a little cleaner headroom, things like that.
Yeah.
I actually kind of prefer my pedal at 18 volts. But anyway, you want to go ahead and flip to high power?
We're going to go to high power. All right. And
it might
brace yourself.
It might change the volume up.
Here's the bypass.
Do the same thing again. That to me is like so high, like
Nothing but high mids with this.
I don't know what there is. It is, yeah.
And it's fizzy.
Fizzy, like fizzy high-end sibilants, kind of like
This
ouch.
This sounds like an amp.
It sounds, what's cool is this. And this is my favorite part of the whole thing, right? So let's go ahead, we'll start with this side this time. This thing has got such a barky mid presence. It's warm, it's like a blanket, and it's barky.
This, to me, has some low mid juiciness.
Yeah.
This is high mid fizzy.
Fizzy, not good.
You know what we got to do?
No,
We got to crank up this drive.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get there.
All
Are we
right.
going to stay high power mode, or you want to switch to low first?
Let's go to low first.
Okay.
With a crank drive.
Okay. You know what it is? It is a 412.
Yeah.
This thing sounds like a 412.
Yeah, this sounds like a little
Sounds like a-
8-inch speaker.
It sounds like a 112. It sounds good. I'm not saying it doesn't sound good, but that... It's good for some things.
So, my personal opinion, if you need some high mid, to me, this is like a gained up blues breaker,
Kind of.
tube screamer,
Kind of.
like a gained up high mid pedal.
Yeah.
This gives you girth to anything you plug into it.
Yeah.
It just gives you the chug.
Let's go to high pass.
Okay.
Or high powered. Not high pass.
I don't know what it is.
We'll have to bring the volumes down just a hair. All right. Go bypass. What am I going to play? I was struggling to know what to play on these
Something
things.
heavy.
Something heavy.
That's not heavy.
All right. I'll figure it out. Look how low that tone is. They're exactly the opposite.
I know. It's like two completely different pedals.
Two completely different pedals. You know, and looking at the inside of these two, I took the pictures before and I wasn't like, taking every little piece of it.
Yeah.
You could tell they were very similarly made,
Yeah.
but you could also tell they were different with a couple things.
Yeah.
But it's not like there was giant component change. So whenever now, after seeing this and listening to this, it makes me wonder, like all these like new revision of this new pedal, I wonder what the original sounded like.
Well, like, I don't know, we've talked about this before. The original almost always inspires people differently than the revisions.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like there's a spark in that first creation, and maybe component changes, or they don't have availability things, or maybe there's value changes that they don't know about.
Yeah.
But there's a difference.
Or even the material change. I know that sounds crazy, but the material that the components are made out of, it's Mylar caps versus, you know what I mean? Like all these different things
Right.
will matter.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to revisit a bunch of pedals that I've tried before in an older revision,
Right.
you know?
I mean, I've not tried an old Big Muff.
No, but then which one do you try? There's a million
There's
of them.
1,000.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but
Yeah, we are.
but one's better than the other. I would be curious to know what the new OCDs sound like, because I know they're putting them out now,
Right.
and how, like, where they fall in the spectrum. I definitely preferred this OCD, and I usually don't run a ton of gain in it. You know, I do usually run in the high-powered mode, or the HP mode, but I run the drive way down, because it gives that big fuller 12, like, big-bodied experience.
And with this, I have to run the drive at like 9 o'clock in low power.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing. It doesn't cut my head off that way.
Even at 18 volts.
Right.
So, and I run this at 18 volts to clean
Like
it
you
up
said,
some,
look
too.
at the tone knobs. They're very different
They're
pedals.
basically the opposite. And that's to get them as close as we can, even though that the mid focus is completely different.
Yeah. The mids have been shifted dramatically. So,
I'm not saying that the Rico signed whatever version of this is way better, but I'm kind of saying that maybe some of this hype over some of these pedals, it could be real.
I mean, at least with the OCD.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think down below. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.